Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Lego video, and today I'm going to be showing you all of my custom Lego trains. So let's get started. So it has been a while since I've done this video. It's been, what, about about 3 years maybe? Jeez. Yeah, since I last did this, because I did this when I first started my channel, back in January 2022, and guess what? It's January 2025, baby. Alright. But yeah, it's been almost 3 years since I've done that video, which blows me away that it's been this long already that I've done that video. But anyways, I know I've done my fire trucks every year, but I'm going to start bringing back my trains as well, because of course I haven't done it in a while. So yeah, I'm going to be doing my trains at the beginning of every year. So the first month that I post my videos, the first round of the new year will be this video, and then of course during the middle of the year will be the fire trucks. So yeah, so we're gonna do this in different segments. I'm probably gonna put timestamps down below, so like it'll be locomotives, rolling stock, of freight cars, coaches, so I'll probably do that. So we'll start out with the locomotives, and I'm gonna be doing this in order of how, like, when I built them, like when I got them and stuff. So first off, we're gonna start out with my first locomotive I ever got, which was my green one. My green military one. So this one I got for my birthday back in 2021, I think it was. Yeah, it was. Because later that year is when I got all the other trains. So yeah, I got it for my birthday. So I'm going to do my locomotives from oldest to newest. The same thing with the rolling stock. So with freight cars, oldest to newest, passenger cars, oldest to newest. So yeah. So yeah, this is my first one I ever got. And I have made changes to it since I last showed it to you, which I think was that video. I don't think I've showed it to you ever since that video. So there have been lots and lots of changes I made to this since then. So I'm just going to view it just as it is. I'm not going to show you the changes that I made because I don't even remember what it was. I'd have to check out the video if I want to do that, but I'm not going to. So let's start with the front. So we got headlight up here. We got ditch lights down here. We also got a light up here, so it like flashes like this, and then we got 2 red lights as well. I know these type of locomotives, I based this off of a FP-4 locomotive. They do have ditch lights, but they do not have this. I just added it because, you know, why not? Because it would look like this without it in. Yeah, I just prefer it with this. Adds a bit more detail. And then we got 2 horns up here. One facing the back, one facing the front. Got the fans, 1 there, 3 here. 2 windows, got the grill where the engine is, and I did put this bogie here. This is not the original set. I put this here because I'm going to be motorizing it, hopefully soon. So I'll wait for the package to arrive. And of course, since it is a passenger locomotive, it has a connector to connect it with the passenger cars. It's got 2 red lights there. It's the same thing on the other side too. We got the doors on both sides, so you can see the engineer inside. And got steps, handlebar, all these grills along here. And if you notice, I did change these up, so these are vertical compared to these are horizontal. That is what it actually is in the real life. So I've tried to put it in the exact position of the actual locomotive, as well as the grills. So these that are right above this part of the grill are vertical rather than horizontal. So I did it like that. And then we got this up here. I want to get that old magnet style that pops off of the buffer and put it here, because that is what this is for. So I'm hoping to get that as well. So yeah, and then we got a door here. Sort of, it's a fake door, but yeah, it's used a train window there. These, it actually came with 3 windows on each side, so 6 total. I just removed the 2 on each. I removed 1 from each side, so I got 2. So I left 2 on each side, and then I used 1 back here. This was not here as well. I added this, just because I think it looks better than what the original was. It was kind of weird for the original, so yeah. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. So that's my first locomotive. The next one is a custom one, which is my switcher. my Union Pacific Alco RS3 Road Switcher 3. That's, if you're curious what that stands for. If you notice from how it used, I don't think I've viewed this also since that video, and I've made tons of changes to it. I removed the original front ends, and I replaced them with these ones, so they got the curved slopes, so it looks more like the original. As well as stickers. These were from the Union Pacific locomotive that I did, in the last few videos. If you haven't checked those out, you should probably go do that, because that's when I was building it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna view it how it is. So I got the radiator grills here that are on the locomotive. Also the vents, like radiator vents up here, the fan. So you got a bell here. This, it's not there. I don't even know where the bell is on these road switchers, but I just put it there because I didn't want to exclude a bell from it. Also got the horn right here as well. Back is nothing. Yeah, it's got the same nose design as well. That sticker. I want to add ditch lights to this. I don't have any right now. Like, they're like the minifigure neck brackets. I think that's what they're called. So they're like thinner than normal brackets, but I want to add 2 of those on each end. So I think that would look cool. And then I got these custom bogies done. Actually purchased these from eBay. So yeah. It was just this section. I added this part as well as the plow. If you notice, this bogie plate is broken. I'm getting a replacement hopefully soon. I'm really, because this thing just falls off so easily, and I hate it. So yeah. The middle fuel tank design as well. Oh, let me put this on first. There we go. The middle fuel tank design is realistic to what it is in real life. So we got the tank here, and then we got this like box thing here. What I want to do is like add the pneumatics oil, you know, as it takes water on each side, like with like the locomotives that Lego does. So I think that would look cool on the side. So we give it some detail there. Oh, excuse me. So then we got a grill here as well, and on the other side, whoops, we got 2 round bricks. I just added it because I don't know, I thought it would look cool. And of course, I put in the Pacific paint scheme, so the main body is yellow, then we got a thin red stripe, and then the top part is dark bluish gray. So yeah. And then I got 2 grills here and on the other side as well. The cab can open up, although you gotta do it in segments. It doesn't come off all in one piece like what my original side was, but I think it looks better this way. And also added these train windows. I want to get the ones that are like, not train windows, but like just the window frames that are not like these. I want to get them in dark bluish gray. So I get 4 of them for this, and they get the paints for it as well. Zoom in the bogie. So if you look inside, you can see we got, so you got the 2 small windows that are on each side. They're on the original locomotive, so the front and back. We got 2 gauge print designs here. And then we got the throttle with the brake and some more gauges there, and the engineer, of course, as well. So he's like turning it. He's like putting on the throttle, put it all the way. Probably. So you just put these back on. The roofs of these Alcos are like a lot more curved, so they kind of curve all the way down to here. But I cannot do that, so I just tried to make it a little more simple. And then, of course, that's the back. Already see that, so yeah. So I made lots of changes to it since I first got this, since I first made it. So yeah, it's cool. Next one we got, so moving away from those 2, this is one I got for Christmas in 2021. This is the green, white, and blue locomotive. It's you can't even see it. Camera up. Oh, that's a little too tall. There we go. That's good enough. So I made lots of changes to this since I first got it. I added this bogie because I'm also going to motorize it as well. So yeah, I've added headlights on top of the windshield on both ends. And then of course we got red lights here and here. This is a door, but if you notice here, this is actually a 1x2 panel because I'm also incorporating lights in this one as well. So it'll be just lights on the front. I might put them in the back at some point, like for the red, but that's probably going to be the future. And then we got horns up here, the pantographs because it's an electric locomotive. Now these, the original pantographs were not these. These ones I made custom. I actually removed those to put on my red locomotive, which I'll show you after this. And I made these custom ones, which use the push guard or push bar pieces that you usually use on cars. I had a few of them left over from all the sets I got them from, so I just used 2 of them here. I think they look really nice on here. Pantographs, because they actually, Lego did use these for pantographs in the 2022 range of train sets. So for the cargo train and the passenger train, or rather freight train. So yeah. So we got the doors here. So these are doors, and these are also doors. Yeah, I guess, because they got steps here and here. These were originally indented by a full brick. I put them in half a brick, so they're on a drummer plate. They're on a drummer plate instead. And if you look inside, oops, oh, there goes the door. They're not held in that much anymore. Oops, everything's falling off. So if you look inside, it's just the driver and his seat. There's no gauges or anything like that. Oh, there's the door again. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this back. Alrighty. So yeah, that's about that. Next one is, of course, the red one. Actually, I gotta get one more thing. And that is remote control, because if you remember, I motorized this thing, but not only motorized it, I dual motorized it. So it's got 2 power functions motors. The front one is Lego, and the back one is off-brand. It's because, well, I tried to motorize it the first time with a off-brand motor, to dual motorize it, and it didn't work with the Lego power functions floaty switch. Whoops, it's just in this back cabin. So it reverses the power of this. So instead of going backwards, when this one's going forwards, they're both either going forwards or backwards. So yeah, they're both going the same direction now. So that's why I had to get a Lego one. And well, it works the same. So it's got the I receiver, battery box. And I'll also incorporate lights in here in the front. And possibly the back in the future as well, just like the last one. And then here's what I was talking about with the pantographs. They didn't have these bits. They were right on these pieces, but I added these to them because I think it looks better for pantographs. Then, of course, you got the horns as well. And, of course, it does run. I actually just put battery in these a few days ago. Whoop, went off the track. So, yeah, it's not much effort having 2 motors. So, yeah. Come on. There you go. So, yeah. So, it's pretty powerful. It's a pretty powerful beast. And it's also symmetrical, so it's everything from each half is the exact same. And I added these window pieces here from a coach that came with this set. Because all these locomotives, like the green one, the blue one, and this one came with a few freight cars with it. Freight or passenger cars. Maybe a mix of both. And yeah, this one came with a passenger car and a freight car. So I stole 4 windows from it to use here. Because it could be used as doors. So yeah. Or at least look like doors. And then I should move them onto grills here that were in gold in the original set. I put panels there instead because I think they look better. And yeah, if we take a look inside the cabin, you can see our engineer and the seats. No gauges or anything like that. And then of course the back cabin is the polarity switch. So yeah. If I wanted to add 2 lights, that would probably be a lot. I can add 1 pair, but 2 pairs might be overkill because of how much space I have in here. How much limited space. I mean, this backyard would probably be filled with wires due to the polarity switch being right here. Oops. Yeah, these like to fall off all the time. They're not that supported, and they just flop open like that. I can't really fix that, but yeah. So it would be a tangled wire mess in here if I incorporated 2 sets of lights. Same thing with probably the blue one as well, but whatever. So yeah, take the controller. Next up is actually a steam locomotive. My one and only steam loco. This one is not motorized because I only got 1 motor kit for the red loco. So yeah. Yeah, but this one is just a steam locomotive. Okay. So on the front we have the plow, and we got this magnet. This is an old style magnet that I had, because I wanted to put a magnet on the front, but I wanted to, of course, use this plow piece, so I decided to incorporate this old style Lego magnet, and it works just fine. So yeah, and we also got a bell up here, which you might think is actually an illegal building technique, but it's actually not. Originally it was, because I was using the 1x3 tiles that had the little connectors on the end, little fork pieces, and those did not have the groove in them. However, these are normal 1x3 tiles, and they do have the groove, so that makes them legal. Yeah. So I can wedge these between 2 studs, and it's not illegal. And then we also got the whistle here. So got the coal tender, which does fit coal here and then water here. It's a lot smaller water, so I might make a water tender in the future, but yeah. So it's actually a pretty strong connection there. So these magnets haven't been messed around with a lot. If it looks on the cabin, there's quite a lot of detail packed in there, because I actually redid this not too long ago. It was just because I wasn't happy, because with the original model that came with the set, and I decided to redo it and make it look better. So I added a lot to it. So I added 2 engineers inside. So we got like the engineer, the conductor, like the fireman, whatever. So we got 2 of them. So let me, remove them for right now. And if you can see, we have, oh, jeez. Put this back on. So we got, we got the door here to the firebox, and I did put some fire in there, so we got some slopes. We shine the light in there, maybe that'll work. Yeah, there we go. So you can see we got the cheese slopes in orange. You can't really see that. Yeah, but yeah, we got cheese slopes in transparent orange, red. Then we got a flame piece back there as well, so it's like the fire burning. And then we also got a bunch of these like roller skate pieces I used as like gauges. Then we got 2 levers. This would be like the throttle or the brake probably. So I put this one up, so it's like the throttle is on, and then puts the door, which it does not actually cover this, but I added it because it looks cool. And I actually attached it to a wheel bearing, the axle bearing plates that are used for cars, because the it could actually clip onto that. And then the 2x2 round tile is actually turned a little bit, so like where you put a stud in is actually where that's on. So yeah, quite clever. It's quite clever how I did that, but of course it does not shut, well, at least properly. So I'm gonna put the fireman back there, because he has a shovel, shovels the coal into the firebox, of course. And then this guy is probably the engineer or the conductor. Probably most likely the engineer. He's like messing with the gauges professionally and not like, just messing with them for fun. Because if he did, he'd probably get fired. So I need to align these properly. Oops. God dang it, now I can't get this back in. Oh, here we go. Ah, there we go. Alright. And then we got those 2 seam domes. We got some piping along the side here and here, and then ladder. And you notice I did do this with light bluish gray, because that's where the firebox is. So, gotta change that up as well. So that's the steam loco. Now we got the coal tender. So this one wasn't that special before, until I added coal. Not really, but fake coal. So I added some black pieces. I actually use this old piece that it's like a hinge plate, really. It's an older piece, and I used it here. So I have a bunch of coal. So I got wedge plates, I got studs in black, dark bluish gray, and I think it's called metallic black, because like a kind of a silvery black, so I call it metallic black. So yeah, and I think that looks pretty good for coal. And then here would be where the water is, so this would probably be like the lid for where you fill up with water. And yeah, I'm not going to remove it to show you what's inside because there's nothing inside. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good for steam locos, so yeah. Whoops, front plow keeps falling off. Next up, we got a switcher. This one's a smaller switcher. It's pretty small. I also redid this one. I made an interior of the cab and actually changed the windscreen so you can actually see inside. Because originally it was, I don't even know where the pieces are at, but it was like, the windscreen pieces, like, not these ones, but like ones that are like Lego kind where they're angled, not curved. And they were just dark bluish gray. They were not transparent whatsoever. That stickers across them. So I swapped around with these. I bought the upper ones. And the cab is based off of the 3677. Yeah. Red cargo train set from 2011, if I'm correct. So I just based the cab off of that. And if we look inside, you can see, oh well. I'm missing the 1x4 tile because I actually needed it for something else, but I might have one extra. I don't know. I'd have to look. Didn't I have one in here? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so yeah. Alright, so yeah, I do. I do have one extra. So I'll just set that back there because that's what was originally there. I don't think I can fit minifigures in here because of how low the roof is. So, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. So it's got the same, like, thing here, whatever this thing is, so, yeah, and I changed the panels here so they're not transparent, they're just red, so, yeah. And then we got, of course, the same canvas here, lights, red in the back, yellow in the front, so, yeah, that's about it. So now the next two I got for Christmas. So this one is, yep, I got it. The 6197 passenger train set. And it did come with powered up. So I got it used, so that's why there's a few parts missing up here. But that's fine. And if you notice, this is not the correct pantograph. That was also missing. It was only this 2x2 modified plate there. That was it. The pantograph I actually had extra for my red locomotive because it only had one. And I removed, of course, the 2 ones from the blue one. Put them on the red one, so I had one extra. And I decided to put it on here. And yeah. So it's still got powered up. It still works fine. I've never used powered up before. But I found out how it actually works, so... Jeez. So yeah, it's quite fast. So yeah, I do quite like it though. And of course, it's got everything in it. I don't really need to explain what's in here because if you already own the set, then well, you don't need to really get an in-depth detail of what the set is. But yeah, yeah, I'll turn that actually. So if you click this, it actually changes the colors. So we go from green, we got yellow. You rarely see that one. Then we got red, blue, magenta, I think, and then back to green. And then you hold it down until the light turns off. This one will flash for a little bit, but yeah, now it's off. So yeah, so not much to show here since it's a pretty explanatory set. It's very widely known. So that was my second motorized train. Oops, something fell. No. Alright. This next one, if you've seen the last 3 videos, then, well, you don't need to in-depth detail this one either. It's the Molten Union Pacific locomotive. So yeah, if you've seen the other 3 videos, then, well, you probably know what it is. If you haven't, you should probably go check it out, because, I mean, I literally built it, so there's not, you probably already know what all the detail is. It is also motorized. I'm not much of a fan of this motor, though. After a while, it just goes out. I mean, I think because it dies, but after, and it only has really 1 speed, and that's fast. I mean, you can go slow, but, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you can go a little slow, but, like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I like it, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not much of a fan of it. I want to put power functions in here, but I got to do lots of changes to it, and I have plans to do that in the future. To make changes to it, I just need the parts. So, yeah. So that video will probably come out in, maybe even March. Probably March it'll come out, so yeah, it's gonna be a little while. But yeah, I don't need to explain this one too much further. Now we are out of the locomotives, so now we're going to start with the rolling stock, and we're going to start out with freight. So for the first freight car I got, it was this, the military flatbed that I got with the green locomotive. So it is a flatbed with a bunch of sandbags and a tank. There was another military freight item on here, but I took it apart. I didn't really see the point of it, so I just took it apart. It was like a trailer, but there's nothing that it could attach to, so yeah, I didn't really see the point of it, so I just removed it, but I kept the tank. So yeah, it spins around 360 degrees. Very simple tank. Kind of small for a tank. I mean, for Lego scale, it's pretty small. I feel like this should be a lot bigger. But, I mean, if you're carrying on a train, I guess it should probably be about maybe 6 wide, a bit bigger, you know? But, yeah, whatever. I mean, I still like it. Still have the car, of course, so, yeah. Next up, we got a 6-1-8 long car. And I actually did a tutorial on this, not last year, but the year before, so 2023. So, yeah. I mean, same thing with this one. If you own the set, or at least own this car, there's not much to it. I mean, I did make some changes to it, like I added a brake wheel to the end, and added these little bits to keep the logs from sliding back and forth, so they really stay in place. And, I also moved the wheels. Well, I mean, they don't stay in place when you flip it upside down, but you get the point. The wheels I actually moved over all the way to the buffer ends. So, yeah, it's now 8 wide in the middle between the wheels instead of 6 before. So I added another one of those pieces. I've had 1x2 plates with the bar on each side. So, yeah. And, yeah. I quite like it, so, yeah. Nice and simple freight car. Now we got my custom long car. So this one has bogies. This is the only long car that I have bogies for. The rest are just 2 axles. So this one, of course, is my custom one. I have a ladder just in the middle, and then I got these brake wheels on either end, and I got logs in here. So I got 4 logs that fit in here perfectly, and then I got this one up here extra because it does not fit. I mean, yeah, of course it does fit here, but it's like, it's not a full one, so I can just slide back and forth. I want to fill this up all the way to about here, so I want to have like 2 more log strips, and that'll be about it. So yeah. And there was originally 4 ladders on here, but I got rid of them and put 2, and I actually put 1. The one in the middle actually moved down to the plate layer so that all this tiles and plates are even. So yeah, so I modified that. I also modified it so like all this is the same height. So I moved, oh yeah, no, this is at the right height, but I actually added a plate layer around, so all this, so like all these bricks here are all the same height, so yeah. So it doesn't look as weird as it did. And I did have to add some odd plates, like these 1x5 modified plates with like the rounded ends. I had to put 4 of them on each corner here just to bridge the gap. So yeah, it does look a bit weird, but I think it's fine. And the reason why it's a bunch of different colors of browns, so we got like light brown, regular brown, and dark brown, it's just because, well, the pieces that I had. I mean, it's not like rail cars are new, so I mean, it's kind of more realistic that way. And then you see I got a saw here. This isn't the right saw, it's a circular saw. It's what I got from a fire trucks. I don't have a chainsaw piece. I did get an off-brand one, but unfortunately, it could not fit on the clip for some reason. I don't know why, but it just would not fit. So I was just like, whatever. So I just stuck with this. There was originally an axe, actually a fire axe on here as well. That was already before, but I replaced it with a chainsaw, with a circular saw rather. So yeah. Phone's at 20%, so I'm gonna try and speed this up a bit. Whoop, little piece fell off. Alright, so now we got the first pallet flatbed car. So this one is a flatbed with pallets. I mean, there's nothing much to it. It's got some hazard stripes on each side at the bottom because it's carrying the hazardous chemicals, and these barrels and these pieces with like wheels on them, like steering wheels, whatever. We use like, you know, is it like probably the cap, maybe, I don't know how these things are, but yeah. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's nothing much to it. Next up, another one that doesn't need much explaining is a 6108 container car. So it's got 2 containers on pretty much a flatbed, I guess. So yeah, nothing much to it as well. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's still got it's the same bank, it's the same containers from the original set. So yeah, like this one with the snowmobile, I guess. Snowmobile. And the one with the bunny. Of course, the pallet is mine because when I got this thing separately, it did not come with the pallet, so I made my own with the gold bars and money I had from all the crook sets I've been getting. All the crooked police sets I've gotten. So I just put those there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Next up, we got 2 of the same cars, although they look kind of different. We got 2 of my log cars. These 2 are the exact same log cars, except they have some differences. This one has all of its bars on each side and has 3 logs. This one only has 2 of its bars on one side and has not even a full log. That's mainly because, well, 2 of the logs bar pieces from each side actually, the 2 from that side actually fell off and I lost them. And the logs I actually had to take off to put in my big one, the one with the bogies, so yeah. But yeah, I'll just go by this one since this is the proper one. And so it is just a log car with 3 logs. It's like the smaller version of the one that came with the My Own Train series, because that one did go with the log car. It's smaller though, and doesn't have bogies, so it's pretty much that exact same one. So yeah, not much else to say. There's a chair on one. Alright. Now we got 4 of the same cars. Well, pretty much the same cars. We got 4 tankers. I don't think I can probably only fit like 3 on here, I think. Yeah, I think we'll only be able to fit 3. So, these are all exactly the same, pretty much. They're the same build, but some are a little different. Like, this one is a different color. This one, I messed up on the stickers. That's why it looks like this. So, yeah, that sucks. So, I'm probably gonna do that one. I can also mess up the stickers here, because this middle part was supposed to come off, so that studs will show through, but did not happen. And then, yeah, we got all these other ones. So, yeah, let's just go through them all. So, yeah, we got 3 of the same ones, and then we got this one right here, which has a darker red color. So, this one right here, so it's orange with, like, golden ends. It's got the warning for, like, the hazardous chemicals on the inside. It's carrying petroleum, I guess. That's what all these are carrying, because they all say petroleum here, so I'm guessing that's what they're all carrying. Up here is where you get your, where you get the chemicals out of, or put them in, I guess. Same thing with these 2. Of course, this one's the dark red one. So, yeah. It's got the dark bluish gray wheels, and these got light bluish gray wheels. So, yeah. So, that's about it for those 4. Alright. So now, we got our caboose. I'm not ending it with the caboose, I'm just putting it, because like I said, I'm putting it in order of how I got them. So, now we got our caboose. This is one of 2 cabooses I got. Yes, I actually got 2 cabooses now. This one is the one that I used for freight and passenger, but now it's just going to be for passenger. But maybe freight if, you know, I have more than 1 freight train, maybe. But it's mainly just be 1 freight train. And it'll be used on, like, the old style passenger train with, like, old style passenger cars that I'll show you later, as well as the steel locomotive. So, yeah. So if you look, we got 1 crew member on the outside deck with the brake wheels at each end. And actually, the original that I had actually had didn't really have much of it, have a double end. It didn't have these ends here. I actually extended it by 2 plates, so it's actually 18 long instead of 16 long. So that gave me room to add 2 ends. So that was nice. And the roof is also removable, like so. And you can see inside. So we got this stove. Let's see it this way. So we got this table with him eating an egg on a plate. And we got our pot there as well. And I actually had to use 2 different doors on here because I could not find the same door on each. So I had to use this door here in black, which you can barely see. I'm trying to light at it. Yeah, so you can see I'd use that door for that side. So that's what came with the original caboose set from the My Own Train series. And then we got one right here, which is, of course, completely different. That one came with this set. And then, of course, I had the ladders on both sides. And if you notice, I actually have them offset. So they're not in the middle. They're actually on the side, rather. That's because that's what they usually are. They're not in the middle. They're like on the side. So it gives our crewmen a little room to actually see off of each end. So, yeah. And because of the additional length, I had to add 1x3 slopes, 33-degree slopes on each end. And then these ones here, which I had to use 1x1 cheese slopes to incorporate the ladders on each end. The top cabinet isn't anything special. I did this cool design up here, so you notice here, I added these grills, because that's what they usually have in cabooses, right here, and then we got the smokestack for where the stove is, and then it continues along here, and there's also at the top, as well as these grills here that I use for the roof of this, so I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, and it runs just fine. Yeah, we also got 4 ladders on each end as well. That's the caboose. Now we move on to trains that I made recently. So now we have recently. So this one was from 2023. This is the flatbed with the tower, so I call it the tower transport car. So we got a flatbed with 3 towers, which have 2 sections connected to each other. So we got a black section, a red section, and a yellow section. And they're all held together by these chains. I think is nice. They're loosely held by them, but that's just because of, really, oh yeah, I can't go that far. I was saying I could probably go up to here, but I guess I can't see it. And we also got ladders on here as well. It's red silver, but I use them for my newer cars. So I had to change them for black ones that I had. Extra from the log car that I did. So yeah. Still kept the silver heads though of the original build. And yeah, so pretty simple. Next up, we got our other container car. This one's backwards. So this is my other container car. This one's on bogies rather than 2 axles. It's on bogies. And if you notice from the other video, for the video that I viewed this in, I have the hooks so that a crane can actually pick it up. Which I can see it is pretty easy to pick them up because it's only held in by a jumper plate. It was by a 2x2 plate, but it kept on connecting onto this, so I just placed it with a jumper plate. It is a lot looser now, so they can just fall off by a little shake. But I still think they're good. And of course, they're carrying jet engines. A pair of 2 jet engines. And if you notice, I'm actually using hubcap pieces. These were from the I don't even remember the number. It was a Speed Champion set that came with 2 Chevy Corvettes, the old one and a newer one. These came off of the old one, so I just used the 4 that came with it for 2 on the front of here and 2 on the front of here. And I think they look great for like the fans, you know, that are on these jet engines. So yeah, so you got a pair of those here and then a pair of those there. And these were actually used on Lego plane sets, so that's good to know that these are actually used for jet engine planes, so yeah. And of course, you can save ladders here. And yeah, that's about it. Pretty cool. Okay, so now we're moving on to last year's trains, which is about 5 of them. So we got the Autorack car, which I did make a video on, and I made 2 tutorials on it. The first one, which was with 3 cars, and the next one was with the actual car itself. And of course, gotta add the ramp. So that's the end. So I actually have a normal magnet buffer because I had 1 extra. I don't know where, but I had 1 extra, so yeah. And it's good like that, so it just keeps it from, you know, roll it away when it's in place. And of course, so let me take out all the cars. And as you can see, these do fold down to allow the convertible, which is why it's on the bottom, because it's because pretty much it's pretty protected from the elements during transit, so that's why I have it in the center, and then these two on the top. And if we just roll it on down, we can actually attach it to the two studs that are on this right here. So it actually attaches to it, kind of, and it really holds it in place then. And then, of course, we just load the cars on. So of course, we start out with the pickup truck, which is a normal cab, not a crew cab one. And then our SUV. Oh, this is coming undone. So it's good. We just roll that thing back up, and then put a normal car here. So this was based off of the one that was in the recent car or freight trade set 60336. I'm correct. So I just based that one off of this. I usually use the same pieces that were in the set, the same split level basis. So the 6 by 30 or 6 by 16 ones, the two halves, and I just joined them together because I got them from the 60282 Fire Commander set. Since I got that twice, so each came with one, so I got two, so I just used them here. And the bogies I got from a passenger train that I didn't need them for anymore, since I combined it with another passenger train car that I'll show later on. So yeah, it's really nice. One of my favorites. Alright. Now moving on to later last year. This was about August, I think. It was after 4th of July. So next up we got our boxcar. So yeah, not many changes have been made to this since I built it. I think apart from the round tiles on the top, I think everything stayed the same. Oh yeah, I did change these up, so now it's instead of bricks here and plates here, it's actually just a 1x6 plate with 2x2 tiles. So it's a little bit more smoother going from the wheels to here to the buffers. So yeah, I do quite like that. Rolls very smoothly. It's quite a hefty boy too for its size. I mean, just listening to that, it's pretty hefty. How much is here? So the doors, of course, still are not functional. You just have to pull them off like that. They still got the same containers. So we got this one, which is just empty, and then this one with the nuke. If you don't know why I put that in there, you should probably go check out the video that I went more in depth into this. So yeah. And then I just added with my tiles here, on plates, on brackets. So yeah, it's pretty good. So I based this off of two sets that had these. The first one was a 7899 Cargo Train Deluxe, sorry. Which had a red boxcar. And then the 3677, which also had a boxcar, but it was a green and white. Yeah. And I just kind of combined those two together. So I got the red from the 7898, and I got the roof from the 3677. So yeah, 'cause it kind of looks more industrial that way. So yeah, it's more strong, you know. I quite like that. So yeah, I want to get the sliding doors that actually came with the sets. I'm only gonna do one on each side because getting two on each side, woo, man, those are expensive. Especially light bluish gray, the ones that I want for this. Oh my god, see the price of Bricklink. Jeez, getting 4 of them is gonna cost me. Oh god, I don't even know. I don't even want to remember. Yeah, I actually kind of wanted to go with red, but that was even more expensive. I think getting 4 of those is gonna cost me like $40. Yeah, no thank you. So yeah, I ain't going with that. But yeah, I can actually move this buffer now since we're done with that auto ramp. Next up, we got the coal car, the coal hopper. So, of course, this is from the same video from the box car. So, it's got the brake wheels on each end, which also have the handlebar. I actually want to put like one of my 2 Technic bricks and have these on there instead of these overlays. I feel like it sticks out too far. So, I think I want to make that change as well, because I think that would make it look better. So, I feel like it sticks out way too far. than normal, so I think I'll do that. 4 ladders at each end, which I think one is an off-brand, one is old Lego, the rest are normal Lego. So, yeah. And I did it in light bluish gray because that's what I had parts the most of, like especially the ladders. I mean, I did have them black, but I feel like black would look too bland. And it would blend in really well with the coal, so that's why I went with light bluish gray. Because you would be able to see the coal, and you'd be able to see everything else. And also because I was saving 2 black wheels for another project, which I haven't done yet, but it's coming in the future, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be about the same time I release. I think it's going to be with that, the Union Pacific locomotive, when I do updates to that, so yeah. But yeah, so I actually used a model online. I looked on eBay and seen a coal car that they did with Lego. I did similar ends, so I did the ladders here, the 33-degree inverted slopes here on each end. But everything else I just did myself. So I did the wheels, the 2 places where you dump out the coal. And then if you lift this up, you see its sides. So we got all the slopes that go down in there. And then like these 2 grills are where they come out from. So yeah. And if you notice, I did use bricks that are used on fire stations. They're on the inside, so you won't see that much unless it's empty. But yeah. And I think the coal design looks good. I added the dark bluish gray ones, studs, just to give it some difference. And yeah, I think it looks good. Alright. Now we're moving on to the last 2 cars from last year. So the first one was the pallet car, the other one. So this one was the pallet car that had a bunch of tanks that probably had a bunch of like chemicals in them. And then of course the tank, which is an octane tank that was from the 60052 cargo train set from 2014, if I'm correct. So it was on an 8-long pallet, but I shrunk it to a 6-long. I mean, the size is the same for the tank, but it was on an 8-long pallet, so it did like overhang. But I feel like 6-long is fine for it. So yeah, I did not get the octane stickers just because I think it looks fine the way it is. And then, of course, we got the brackets, which I actually changed to be the 1x2 by 1x4s. So I actually needed the 1x4 by 1x4s. For another future build as well. So, yeah. And then, so, yeah, that's about it. Okay, we're almost done. I think just keep me on the safe side, I'm going to charge my phone. Because I am at 10% now. I feel like this whole entire month right here of January is just going to be hour-long videos. Like for the Union Pacific build, that's already an hour long. Each one is over an hour long. Alright, I think Yep, I'm charged. Charging, so that's good. So, yeah. Whoopsie. Cord got caught on something. Alright. I got caught on one of my desk drawer handles. Alright, so yeah. See, I feel like this is going to be another hour-long video. Alright, so next up we got the crane car, of course. If you've seen that video, of course, you don't need much in-depth detail if you've seen it. It's got stabilizers on each side. So on each side, what you got? Hazard lights here, here, and here. And it can raise up, so let me extend it up. And let me unwind it a bit. And take it up, you can see how it looks, so yeah. It's pretty nice. Oh, excuse me. All right. So let me wind it back up. And then I'll put the stabilizer back up. There's, I did change up the cab a little bit since then. So if we take this off, if I can. Come on. There we go. So we got 2 levers and 2 gauges. That's about all I changed. There was a slope in there, but I removed that. So yeah. And then, so we got the same red lights and yellow lights on the back as well. So yeah, pretty much the same thing. So yeah, nothing much changed. So yeah. Yeah. I gotta hold from the bottom. These bogies do not hold on here very well. The bogey plates, they're not that great. The next 2 are more log cars. These ones are actually built this year, so these ones are pretty new. The first one is actually the exact same ones that I showed earlier. So yeah, I got another one. I actually got 2 more. I still haven't built the other one yet. I'm actually gonna do that one for a future video. So yeah, I'll put that one on camera, but that'll be a future video. But yeah, so yeah. Now the difference with this one is I actually got chains. I think because this is the same set as the other ones, I think with the other ones I'm probably threw away the chains. Because you have to, because they're in a mold that you have to like twist and push them out, so that's why they have these little like rivets there, so you can slide them together. So yeah, I might have just thrown away because I was like, I don't really need them. But I mean, they actually work really well because they keep the logs from flipping out at the bottom. So really, I mean, I'm shaking pretty hard and they're not coming off whatsoever. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now the next one is the exact same, but not really. It's actually different by a lot. You probably can't really tell the difference. But this one actually has the logs being in normal brown, not like this. And the chain, everything that was in silver is light bluish gray now. So like the chains are light bluish gray, the ladders, the ends are all light bluish gray. It doesn't come with any printed or stickered parts, so like no wood here, no train, or the stickers here on the ends, none of that. And the bars are 3 log instead of 4 log like these. Which these are also in silver, but yeah. And the wheels are also black instead of light bluish gray. And the magnets are also black, so yeah. I only got 1 of these though. So yeah. So yeah, and also coming around tiles at the end, so it doesn't show the studs here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, so those are those 2. The last 3 freight cars. So here's the first one. There's the third to last. So we got this. It's called a stone car, but I'd think of it as a pipe car, like where it's carrying like long pipes, you know. So that's what I'm thinking this is. So that's what I'm gonna call this. So it's got a bunch of bars on the ends. It's got chains. It actually, the chains from that log car I actually got from here. That one did not come with any chains, but this one came with 4 chains, and I was like, I think it only really needs 2, so I just put the other 2 on the log car. And well, and only 2 still keeps it from falling out. Well, for a little while, I guess. Oh yeah, if you notice, these 2, I actually have the ones with the Technic pins in them. That's actually because, one of these actually, I don't know if it was the manufacturer's fault or if it was on purpose, but I was missing 3 of the round bricks, so I had 1 normal one, but I had to use the other 2 with Technic pin holes. But, I mean, when you put it at the bottom, you really can't see it at all. So, yeah. So these 2 hold on for a little while, at least, so yeah. But I'm not mad about it if it falls off, so yeah. And for some reason it has wheels here. I don't know why it has these steering wheels here. But Maybe it's for the brakes, I don't know. But, yeah. Second to last, we got the next caboose. So this one is more of a European design, while the other one was more of an American design. So this one is, yeah, more like European, so like maybe Germany, Europe, you know, stuff like that. So it'd probably be more like a brake van, really. But I still got it because I wanted another caboose I wanted another one. I didn't want to get the same one, I wanted it to be different, you know. So I thought this one would be great for the end of my freight trades, you know. And it does have a red light on the back as well, so yeah. It doesn't have any interior though, but I probably will add one in the future. It also doesn't have any doors too, so I'll have to add those as well as an interior of some sort, so yeah. That'll be in the near future, maybe. And it also has 4 ladders. It also has all these bars on it, so yeah. So I do quite like this as well, so yeah. Alrighty, so yeah. For the final car, you've seen the last 2 videos, then well, I guess probably the last one, that's probably when I built this. So, it is the container car that came with the Union Pacific trade. So I'm gonna flip it around this way. So, yeah, I mean, if you've seen the last video, then you really don't need to know what this is, because I built it. So yeah, it's got the doors, it's got the brake wheel, it is a split level base. It is literally just the merch trade for the locomotive and this car. Just off-brand in a cheaper form, which actually, it's pretty good quality, to be honest. It's actually really nice. I wish it did come with 2 cars, but I think that probably would have made it more expensive for what it was. So I think for what I got for money-wise, I think I got a good bang for my buck. So yeah. In the future, I will be doing modifications to this, and maybe adding another car. So yeah, we'll see about that in the future. But yeah. So now that that's done, we are now moving on to passenger cars. Once again, going from oldest to newest. So we got the military passenger car from that locomotive set. If you notice, I got rid of the balcony from the original, from that video. I got rid of the balcony, which actually was on there for quite a while. I actually removed it, I think, not too long ago last year. Mainly just because I didn't want to have the balcony on anymore. I wanted to put on the end back, but of course, I took off the end to put on the locomotive. Luckily, I actually had parts to make another end piece for the locomotive. So, that's what I did. And then I took the parts for the end that was from this coach onto there, back on here. And now, it's back to normal. Well, sort of, at least. There are still some things. If you notice, these parts are not the original. That's mainly just because, well, I had to use some parts on my locomotive from here, so this is as close of a color as I can get to it, so I got the same thing on this, except for my 4 bricks, that will by 8. Yeah. Open up the top, you see just the 4 figures. I removed the tables because I didn't want them in the center anymore, so I removed the tables. But yeah, I still think it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice coach, so yeah. Oops, bogey fell off. A lot of these older cars that I got, they're starting to show their age, especially with their magnets and their bogey plates just starting to wear off, so yeah. Next up, we got the open gondola passenger car. I also made a tutorial on this one, so if you want to, go check that out. I made it without the people, of course, so you could see like what it looked like without everyone in here. And I do still quite like this one. I'm considering taking apart that log car that only had that one log in it, and I was considering maybe making another one of these. But the problem is, I don't have any more figures, so it would be just empty. So maybe I would just take it apart and just scrap it, you know, scrap parts for other builds, you know. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do instead, because I don't have any more figures from this range. Which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Because it would have been nice to have another one of these, but unfortunately not. Unfortunately, that's not going to be possible, so, yeah. So, yeah, it's got 4 ladders here from the log car. This one actually came with a steam train set, but since it didn't come with any printed or stickered things here, I just removed it. I just removed all that, so yeah. I actually replaced my 4 tiles that were dark blue gray with light blue gray because I needed them for a future build as well, so yeah. But yeah. Whew. Almost dropped one. Alright. These next 2 are pretty much identical. These are my 2 old style coaches. Oops. Hang on a minute. I'm missing a piece. Here it is. Okay, so we got our 2 coaches, the old style coaches. Actually, let me flip these around, rather. Yeah. Let's go. I see a notification that my motors are out for delivery. It's about time. I hadn't seen an update on them since last Friday. So yeah, it's great to see that they're finally out for delivery. So yeah. So maybe they'll come today, maybe they'll come tomorrow, I don't know, but yeah. Oh, it's delivered? What the? It said out for delivery, and then all of a sudden now it says delivered. Well, I guess I'll check it out with this video. Alright. Okay, so yeah, we got these 2 passenger cars. They're exactly the same. Although they do have some differences. This one's just got 4 passengers inside, which I actually can't open up. I gotta use my screwdriver though. Let's get these open because they are open. So once I open up one, I can open up the other. So let me get them all open. Some are loose, some are not. Like this one is loose over here, as you can see. The rest are not. So you can see we got 4 figures. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the wood or coal woody fireplace. I don't know. It's probably coal, or it could be wood. Whatever. Coal is just different. It's just older wood, I guess. It's what I don't know. It's some kind of wood thing. That's why it burns so well. But yeah. From an old tree, I guess. So yeah, that's why coal burns so well. But yeah. So yeah, and it's got the same doors from that set from the Mine Train series. That's what these are based on. The bogies actually changed so that they have these step ladders on each end. So I think that looks better. And I had this 4x4 plate in the middle to plug up the holes better to keep them locked in. So yeah. Now this next one is different, actually. It's actually a lot different. If you notice here, it's quite interesting. This guy fell out. I'm not gonna bother putting it back, but it's actually a robbery going on. We have 2 guys holding rifles, or shot. No, that's probably rifles, actually. So let me open up all these. Hopefully without knocking out our minifigure that's loose on our right. And get one more door open. So we got 2 figures that are being robbed. And then we got 1 guy here. And then 1 guy here, which was at the doorway. I originally had both at one end, but then I realized that was stupid because they could still escape. So I decided to put them at both ends so it would make more sense. I gotta put them stud forward. I don't know how in the world I'm supposed to do this. Oh, dang it, I almost had it. Oh. Okay, I got him right there. Oh, whatever, I'll figure it out later, but yeah, you get the point. It's a robbery. It's just because there was only 2 figures here, I decided to add these 2. So he's like a fake conductor. He's probably like a conductor or conductor, I guess. And then this guy is just... So there's like only 3 people in here, and then this guy's just walking around the train. And of course, he is teamed up with him, of course, to do the robbery. So yeah. Alrighty. These next 2 are actually conjoined. Yes. They're joined by a Jacob's bogey in the middle. So yeah. I made one in Lego to connect these 2. It was mainly just because I needed the bogies that came from the set for my auto wreck car, so that's why I did this. I joined these 2 together. And well, I think it works out pretty well. So yeah. Now I'm probably going to remove this one from this car and probably join it up with the green one because it's actually, these 2 are the exact same. That's not by color, but by design. They're the exact same by design. So they would probably look better together than these 2. Because even though they are the same color, they're 2 completely different designs. So yeah, I'm just going to put this bogey back on here. And I'm going to change this up so that it uses light blue gray wheels, I guess. So yeah. I wanted to get another one of these passenger cars though, so I could have this one joined up with the red one. The other red one, make it Jerry's bogey in black. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, so yeah, so these roofs do come off. So we got this one, it comes off like this, and if you look inside, we got 2 tables, 2 sets of tables and chairs. And then up here we got 2 sets of chairs. And this is no tables. This is supposed to be a bathroom, although there's nothing inside. There's nothing inside at all. Because of how much space, it's only a 2x5 area. That's how much room is in there. So I decided to not worry about that. It was mainly because it was originally a cab car, but because it's not going to be a cab car anymore, I needed to figure out what I was going to do with all the extra room, because there was going to be an extra chair there, but then where the extra chair of the cab driver was, I was thinking I'd put another chair there, but that would look weird. It would be 3 sets of tables, and then this guy would just be it alone, so I decided to not do that. I was thinking about actually making it look like there were doors here. I was going to do like 4 of these on each end, then a column, and then another one here. So it's going to be 8 of them total, but I only found 1 of these. So I'm sure finding 7 more would be impossible, pretty much. So, yeah, I didn't do that. And finally, our last 2 cars, which are not conjoined, but they are from the recent passenger trains. Not the recent, but the one that I got. The 61 on 7. So yeah, I didn't just get the locomotive. I got the full set, pretty much. Although I did not get the station, unfortunately, but that's whatever. So we got the cafe car, of course, and the normal passenger car. So, yeah. I think this is a really nice set. I wanted to get this for so long. Ever since it came out, I wanted this set for so long. I finally got it for a good price. I mean, I wanted to get it I wanted to get an incomplete one. I mean, this is incomplete, but I wanted to get a more incomplete one because I wanted to like change it up a lot. But I think this is fine. I think this is fine right here. There were 2 incomplete ones, but they all ended. I think because they got sold, so yeah. But I think this is still good. And I'm already noticing right now, actually, some changes. Like, these stickers were placed terribly. Like, look at this right here. This is angled, and this is just upside down. Yeah, a lot of these stickers were placed on terribly. Especially on the locomotive with that button. However, these ones are actually pretty good. Wait a minute. These 2 are the same. This is water and oil. This one has both electricity and water. This one has both water and oil. That's pretty funny. But yeah. Oh yeah, if you notice, I'm missing a set of wheels from here. I have a wheel that came with extra with a set. So I have this wheel piece. I just need to get another axle and a wheel. So yeah. So this set definitely came with a lot of faults, but honestly, I feel like for what I paid for, I think I got bang for the buck. I think it was like $120 for all this. Amazon, you're not gonna get that anymore. Before it was retired, it was like $120, $130. Now it's like $200 for that set. So I'm just like, no, thank you. Yeah, once the Lego set gets retired, it just gets more and more expensive on Amazon. I mean, eBay too, but I mean, I got it for a pretty good price, so yeah. Like I said, if you already got this set, then I'll explain much further. And there we have it. Those are all of my custom Lego trains. Just definitely another long video, but I think it was pretty good. So, hope you all had a happy new year, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya.